Hi, everyone. Danielle and Matt Noyce here. Thanks for making the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network part of your daily routine, storms or sunshine.
If you enjoy these videos, we invite you to become a member at patreon.com/1 Degree Outside. Support our mission of continuing to bring accurate weather forecasts and science insights to one and all. This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by CrackX Foundation Crack Repair and Waterproofing. 40 years of prompt and economical service to New England homeowners, builders, general contractors, home inspectors, management companies, architects, and engineers. Be sure to visit crackx.com and mention 1 Degree Outside when you make your appointment for an incredible discount. Monday Insights here at 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. Looking out over the next several days, I'm meteorologist Matt Noyce. So we're dealing with the rain now, although we're through the worst of the rain and the wind with this one. So generally it's quieting weather as we get out to the midweek, and a quieting wind for that matter too. Then late week, we get another storm that comes into play. It will be mild showers again, but this time the cold air comes in a little bit harder on the backside. We're going to take a look at that and what it might mean in terms of snowflakes too here over the next couple of minutes. All right, as you watch the rainfall totals go up, again, not to belabor the partnership that we have with CrackX, but I do want to just mention that the deal that we've got with them, which is so generous to them, only goes to the end of the month. So if you're seeing any type of water leakage, you need waterproofing, crack repair on your foundation, check out our website, 1degreeoutside.com. And you'll see the link to the article that talks about the savings. It's like hundreds of dollars. And again, it only goes through the end of the month. So just take advantage of it if you can. We want that for you, for the value. All right, so here's what's going on the water vapor imagery. You can see the white, the green, the deep plumes of moisture that were coming out of the Gulf, now coming out of the Bahamas, all feeding into the rain, right? But having said that, the drier air in blues and yellows and oranges now starting to snap in behind it. And so that is the trend. And that's why the rain intensity is coming down already for the rest of today. It'll come to an end tonight and tomorrow. There'll be some clouds around in the morning to get out of here. On the bigger picture, a lot of warmth building up through the nation's midsection, a lot of cold coming down out of Canada. Great setup to get a storm to develop, and a strong one at that. So by the time we get to Wednesday, there you go, rain and wind over Chicago, causing delays on flights out there, but also wind and snow and blizzard conditions possible on the northwest side of the system. Yet again, same spots that keep getting hit again and again. For us, we just continue to be on the front side of this counterclockwise flow of air that brings up the warmth, and that means yet again we boost to near 60 by Thursday. Wednesday's highs probably 50s to near 60, and again a slow-moving cold front approaching, so that by Thursday, I don't think we get a lot of rain during the day. You could get a shower with increasing moisture on a southerly wind. Generally, it's Thursday night into Friday you'd be dealing with that next round, and there's that colder air kind of pouncing in on the backside of the storm system. So let's put it into motion, see how it all looks on the surface map. Again, tomorrow, those high-altitude clouds, first part of the day, we get them out of here, you strengthen the sun. As high pressure kind of crests right over us, it's weak, but it'll be cresting overhead on Tuesday night and Wednesday. The wind goes variable. That does allow for a sea breeze, perhaps as soon as later Tuesday afternoon, a sea breeze on Wednesday as well, so it'll be cooler at the coast than it will be inland. Thursday, we start to get that southerly wind again, maybe a shower, the increasing moisture. Here's the rain that snaps in here for Thursday night. And wow, look at Friday. Could it really look like that? It could really look like that. I don't know that that necessarily means it's going to accumulate a ton. And let me get into that and show you what I mean by that. First of all, we'll take a look at the barometric pressure in the black lines, all right? And then the coloring is the surface temperature. And what I've done here is I've put the freezing line in red. That's still way up in northern Michigan during the course of the day, Thursday afternoon. You put things into motion. Here comes the front. There's the storm developing along it, organizing off to our east as we get into Friday and pulling down a northerly wind. Now, worth noting that the freezing line, even in a scenario like this, is what? Somewhere around the Mass-New Hampshire border, Mass-Vermont border. Doesn't really make it much farther south than that. Look, this time of year, it's hard to do. It's hard to get sub-freezing during the course of the day unless you get a ton of cold air coming in. It's also really hard to get snow to stick appreciably when you've got sun angle that's as strong as it now is this late into the spring season, right? So that's going to limit your chance of accumulation. But having said even that, when you look at the 24-hour period from Thursday at 11 p.m. to Friday at 11 p.m., it certainly isn't an impossibility to get over an inch of snow. As a matter of fact, it's about an 80% likelihood that you do that in the mountains, where we probably will get 2 to 4 inches across the mountains. The farther south you come, the more likely it would be maybe a coating to perhaps an inch or two in northern Mass. If you line up the percent chance, you've got generally about a 30% chance in some of these spots. So you get the idea. It's not an overwhelming winter signal, but nonetheless, it's cold air on the backside of the storm. And it's worth noting, that's going to crank the wind too. You see, on Thursday, we do get a southerly wind aloft at 6,000 feet, winds blowing about 50 miles per hour coming over New England, but not as strong as what we just had. I mean, we had a howling wind last night on Sunday night and early on Monday morning, right, coming out of the south. This time, because it's set up differently, the storm is developing to the east, and we really end up with a stronger north and northwest wind behind the system on Friday. So it's Friday's gust that should go to about 50 and could go 55 to 60 coming out of the northwest on the backside of the system as it starts to drag in some of that colder air, which, by the way, does change the pattern a bit and does raise the chance for a cold storm next week. We're going to talk about that in pattern predictions coming up in just a few minutes. So day by day, high temperatures for our Tuesday are in the 50s again. A little bit of a sea breeze late in the day is possible. Still a variable wind overnight. Many of us in southern New England will not drop below freezing again, probably till Friday night, by the way things look right now. Wednesday's highs 60s deep inland, 50s at the coast. The sea breeze can punch pretty far inland, 495 quarter this time of the year, and it probably does that on Wednesday. Thursday, we get up near 60 degrees, the developing southerly wind flow. By Friday, again, probably dealing with some of that mixed rain and snow in the morning. It'll start to ship out, but the wind really starts to ship in coming out of the northwest. You can track it all, including, by the way, today's rain as it comes to a close by getting our free app, Noise's 1 Degree Outside Weather, on the App Store and Google Play. We always will keep you posted with updates at onedegreeoutside.com and atop the home screen of the app. Again, pattern predictions next up. See you with that in just a little while.